The purpose of life. In light of the Quran and Sunnah, Allah has created for the sole purpose of serving Him. Service to Allah starts with voluntarily and wholly submitting to Him. Once you submit to Allah wholeheartedly and know that your place in this life is to be a slave of Allah, then you show that with your actions, by obeying the commands of Allah and the example of the Messenger, peace be upon him. Everything you do then becomes purely for the sake of Allah, from the menial to the significant. All becomes solely for Him. Allah becomes the only one who you rely and depend on and trust with all your affairs. The reality of this world and the life in it is that it is temporary. Most of human life is spent competing with one another in worldly affairs, only to reach death without having done enough for the next life, which is eternal. The true choice that one has is to either take less of this world and focus on achieving forgiveness from Allah, His pleasure, and reward from Allah, or they can be neglectful of the purpose of life and forgetful of Allah. By choosing to focus on this temporary life, this will lead to an eternal punishment. This life is just a delusion, and true pleasure and satisfaction are in the next life. This life has not been given to us without purpose. We will certainly return to Allah and have to answer to Him for this life. When we lose sight of our relationship with Allah, our lives lose purpose. We are slaves of Allah, and He must remain our top priority at all times. It is our servitude to Allah that gives our lives meaning and purpose. Allah has made Shaitan an enemy for us. He has tested us through Shaitan. We must constantly try to be conscious of Allah at all times because it is the desire of Shaitan to take us away from the remembrance of Allah. In this battle of truth and falsehood, we must decide which side we stand on the side of Allah or on the side of Shaitan.